Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. I thought I would sit down and do a video for you guys and gals. So let me give you guys a bicep shot before we get started. Oh, my biceps. All right, today I thought I would briefly discuss with you guys kind of a weight loss hack. You know, one of those things where I get people all the time, they try all these different diet approaches, like I can't lose fat, I can't lose fat. And you know, everyone always says, well, just create a calorie deficit. They're like, how do I create a calorie deficit? You know, I'm going to give you guys an easy method to create a calorie deficit when we understand how appetite works, protein overfeeding, thermic effect. Very, very easy hack. And then I'll explain how it works. For people who are like, I'm struggling with my cut, and don't give me this, I'm not eating many calories. If you are not losing scale weight and you're not eating many calories, you're lying to yourself. Okay? You are lying to yourself about how many calories you're eating. So again, don't tell me, oh, my appetite's perfectly under control, but I'm eating X amount of calories. I'm not losing any weight. Maybe you're eating too many calories. So let's get over and talk about what's really happening. Okay? People who are honest know that they're eating too much. I'm struggling to cut and lose body fat because I'm struggling to get my appetite under control and my adherence. And I don't want to live on nothing but broccoli and tuna. Okay, perfectly fair. Perfectly fair. So you're one of those people, I'm going to give some advice. If you're struggling to really get a cut going and stay consistent, give this a try, irrespective of what you're trying to do with your calories or dietary approach. In fact, if you're like, oh, I'm trying to run this magical diet, stop doing that silly crap. Stop doing that silly crap. I'm following this Paleo Carne Keto Vega diet from North Beach, or you guys remember the South Beach diet back in the day, the Zone diet. Look, if any of these work, it's because they help you control energy intake, but I'm going to give you a viable strategy. All right. Combine intermittent fasting with protein loading at the start of your feed window. That's it. Very, very simple. For people who are struggling to get their appetite under control, irrespective of what dietary approach you take. Notice, I'm going to tell you, follow whatever dietary approach you like, whatever one you think you can adhere to. I don't care if it's flexible dieting, I don't care if it's a keto diet, a vegan diet, plant-based diet, high carb, low fat, Mediterranean diet, I don't care. Do whatever you want. But this little simple tip, and I'm going to say to some of you, if this tip works for you, and you're like, hey man, that worked, come back and hire me to coach you. If you try this tip and if nothing else has worked for you and this works, come back and consider some coaching or at least a consultation. How's that? Deal? All right. So here's the trick. Fast in the mornings, okay? Go ahead and do a normal intermittent fasting where you do like a 6 or an 8 hour feed window in the afternoon, right? Probably 6 works a lot better. So let's say your feed window is noon to 6, right? Then you can do this at work. You don't have to eat breakfast before you go to work. You get used to fasting, you're fine. Drink some black coffee, right? Drink some black coffee, drink lots of fluids. When you start your feed window for the day, let's say you're giving yourself a 6 hour window, noon to 6, 10 to 4, whatever it happens to be. Or let's say you even eat 8 hours. Let's say you start at noon and go up till 8 o'clock because you get home from work and everything. You want a bigger meal. So don't have any snacks of any type in between. Don't just sit around and eat snack food. Fast up through that window. Train fasted. All right, that's a big one. If you are going to the gym before or after work, cut it over to before work. Get up early, go train in the morning, do it fasted, drink water post-workout. When you start your feed window, start it with a giant protein shake. I'm talking like 100 grams of whey protein. Now, people will say, I'm vegan, I can't do the whey protein. Okay, fine. Do soy protein, do pea protein, but get 100 grams of protein in a shake. Chug that shake. First thing in your feed window. I'm carnivore, I can't do protein shakes. Shut up. You're telling me you can't consume protein because of your carnivore diet? Shut up. Stupidity. silly carnivores drink butter and stuff. You can drink whey. It'll be fine. Oh my God. All right. So there's your two options, whey or plant-based, if you happen to be veggie. What's going to happen? You're going to find you start controlling your appetite a lot easier all of a sudden. In fact, you're not going to want to eat. Most people, when they try this, they're like, dude, my appetite was shot for hours. I didn't want any food. In fact, I got nauseous thinking about food. Okay? Because number one, we already have cut down our feed window. That's going to be easier to control calories. Protein has an extremely high satiety, and it has a high thermic effect. And it preserves muscle tissue. The studies on protein overfeeding actually show that when people try to force feed and overfeed protein to bulk, and I mean hardcore protein overfeeding like 300-400 grams a day, they start losing body fat. That's what the studies show. So when you do a feed window like that and you start it with a massive protein shake, not carbs, not fat, I don't care which one of these diets you're trying to do, don't start with that. Start with a big, enormous, ridiculous protein shake, like a 400 or 500 calorie shake of almost all protein, 100 grams of protein. It will blunt your appetite the rest of the day. You will find it easier to adhere to whatever diet approach you're trying to do after that. Try to hit whatever your normal macros after that. Go for it. Your normal food thing. If you do a chicken, broccoli, and rice diet, do that after that. It's fine. Do whatever you need to do. But start it off with that massive protein shake. Okay, it will blunt your appetite so that through the rest of your feed window through the day, you're not going to be as hungry. And your thermic effect is going to go up from it. Your energy turnover is going to go up because of the thermic effect of the protein. Works like a charm. Now, am I saying this is going to get you contest ripped? No. It might be useful for certain phases, even for that. But if you're someone who is really struggling for a while with diet adherence and hitting a calorie deficit, this approach, a little different, may very well work for you. I highly recommend you give it a try. So again, give yourself a fairly small feed window, either something 6 hours, 8 hours, whatever you need to do to accommodate your lifestyle, right? You can cut it down to 6 on days you're not working then, if you're home that day. You know, make sure it doesn't start till like at least noon. Slam a giant protein shake with like 100 grams of protein, not a weight gainer, an actual protein shake. Do that to start your feed window off. I promise you, you will be able to start reaching a deficit way easier suddenly. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.